Oh, yeah, it's going good. Taking that work, coming in at guard, things are a lot faster. So just taking, my mind from out here to in here, and working it from in there, and getting the work from Trey and the inside guys. So it's been good. I'm right behind him. Hey Trey, hey Trey, hey Trey. So I'm over there in his ear every day, every second, just trying to get myself better my craft so I can help this team here. But just coming in shape, ready to roll, because they can throw me back at tackle, back at guard, but just being ready wherever the team needs me to play, and be able to do that 110%. So,
Kingsley Suamataia, he is one of the Chiefs that I'm really, really, really cheering for. I really want him to succeed. I love his attitude. I love how he wants to make sure that he does a good job for the team and not let the team down. I think he's just a real team player. And of course, if you're playing with the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, that's the attitude that you got to have in a locker room. But I think it's extremely genuine coming from him, because the NFL can be very, very brutal on young linemen, specifically offensive linemen coming in, because it's like the speed of the game and the training has caught up with quarterbacks and the skill positions and wide receivers or whatever. But it's a harder adjustment for NFL linemen coming up from college. So that transition from, that to the NFL in the trenches it's extremely tough, especially for a tackle. So I think the Chiefs really tried to protect him mentally and physically from being just completely overwhelmed last year. More so on the mental part, because it just wasn't going to be a good future for him mentally. And then just, reaffirming why the Chiefs drafted him where they drafted him. I think he was a second round pick last year. In the Denver game, the last game of the season where he played left guard and did a great job, I think that kind of reaffirmed, okay, I'm supposed to be here. This is where I'm supposed to be. And sometimes it can be hard to find your place with some players, specifically again offensive linemen. Sometimes your strengths that worked in college may not transition to the NFL, and you have to make some changes. Um, and that could really save his career, and I think it will. Moving inside to guard might be exactly what Kingsley needs. With less space, with more, it's more strength based. So sometimes players, they're not busts with these offensive linemen. They can they can just be miscast earlier on. I think that him moving to the inside now. The only thing that concerns me with moving him to the inside is that he just said in that press conference that he's only played tackle, and it's guard. We're talking offensive line, so you're basically blocking, pulling, run blocking, whatever. But there are different assignments and different techniques that you have from a guard to a tackle. So it's just those little minor details, those little techniques, especially now with teams trying to have inside pressure. Like, think Jalen Carter for the Eagles and what he did against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So it's a big move, man. But I think eventually that it's going to save his career. But thank God that he's with the Chiefs, because coaching and culture, they both matter. He's got Andy Heck, one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL, and he said it in the press conference again. And this is why I'm cheering for him, because it was like we were thinking the same things, and he said what I was thinking about him in terms of the move earlier and now the coaching and who he's around, because he said that, look, I'm at Trey Smith. I'm asking him questions all the time, and I think that between Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey, they could really turn him around. So that environment, it matters. When you're in a championship environment like he is in Kansas City, it's going to pay dividends. I am an honest believer in that with Kingsley. So I just hope that everybody is in the same boat with me, with trying to hope for the positive for Kingsley Suamataia, not only because of the team's success, but just for him personally. He's battling doubt, he's battling inexperience, but he has every tool to get it done. I believe that. And here's the ultimate reason, because if if Suamataia, if he is a good left guard, matter of fact, he could just be serviceable. If he's just serviceable to good at that left guard position, it's going to turn the entire team around. It is. It is, man. This, I'm telling you, this line could go absolutely crazy with having Josh Simmons, Suamataia. You already know what you got on the right side with, Creed Humphrey in the middle, Trey Smith, Jawan Taylor, and then Jawan Taylor, battling knee injuries all year last year. So I look for him to be whole lot better in what is essentially a contract year for him, because the Chiefs ain't keeping him with that number that he's going to have on his contract next year going against the cap. The Chiefs are going to cut Jawan Taylor. So the environment matters with Kingsley Suamataia, because the better he plays, the more that this offense is going to be shooting off fireworks the entire season. Mark my word on that.